evening, Europe and Australia. We're back. It's Eurovision Ireland. We're here again with our 6th review. There's only one more to go after this, so try and work out which countries we've not featured yet. We might drop some hints during this review. Anyway, let's introduce the team first. We've got Sarah.
Hi there.
We've got Bogdan.
Hello.
We've got James.
Hey everyone.
We've got Richard.
Hiya.
And me, John, and Staggy, who just can't keep away from the action. Now, we're looking at 5 countries tonight, which is the Balkans. Now, yeah, there might be some arguments as to what is the Balkans and what isn't the Balkans, but we're calling this the Balkans for tonight, for ease. And it's Albania, Bulgaria, Greece, North Macedonia, and Romania. Nice little group of 5 countries. As we've done with the other reviews, after we reviewed all the songs, we give each gives a song a score out of 10. So we're giving it a total score out of 50, and this will go in with the rest of the songs that we've already reviewed and the ones that we're going to review next time. So we're going to kick off with Greece. Now this is from Stefania, who tried last year but couldn't quite get her foot into Rotterdam, so she's back this time with a song called Last Dance. And Sarah's going to kick off with this one. Off you go.
Right, I was really pleased when I got this one to review, because I think out of the bunch we got tonight, my personal feeling is it's actually the best of them. Greek entries in the past, you know, I either love them or I hate them, and I have to say with this one this year I really love it. It's very contemporary, it's modern. Stefania gives a really, really good performance on the video, and I would hope that that would transfer onto the stage on the night. It's going to be fascinating to see how she actually performs it. And the best of it is that she's actually no stranger to Eurovision, because she's already been involved in Junior Eurovision, participating with a group from the Netherlands called Kisses in 2016. And I think that's going to very much help her when it comes to doing the main event in Rotterdam. Yeah, vocals are good. It's very radio friendly as well as being Eurovision friendly. What more can I say?
Thanks, Sarah. Bogdan, what do you think of Greece?
I must say, from the beginning, from the first moment I heard this song, I was obsessed. Like, I was like, oh, this is so much of my style. I like it. It's 80s, but it's modern, and it has all the elements which I enjoy. And for me, up until that moment, for me, it was the winning song. And I could say, oh my God, this is my winner. This is my winner. It's still up there in the top, and I think Greece has done a fantastic job this year, and I cannot wait to see them on the stage. And yes, Stefania is young, but she's a professional. She has the experience and the competitions, lots of them. And I believe she's gonna do a really good job, and I cannot wait to see what Greece has reserved for us on the stage. So yeah, fingers crossed for something really good, because the song is there, the voice is there, so let's hope the performance is there as well.
Thanks, Bogdan. James, are you going to continue in the positive vein?
Oh, definitely. I was going to say I'm going to be really dull and agree with both Sarah and Bogdan. I loved it from a first listen. I thought it was really a really strong entry. It's got that 80s sound, which is really big at the moment in there, so that's going to tap into a lot of people's nostalgia. And yeah, it's when I first started watching Eurovision, like mid-2000s, Greece were a powerhouse. You know, they were always doing really, really well. I feel like lately they've sort of strayed from that path, but I think this will get them back to that, absolutely no problem. Staging, I keep hearing rumours that we're going to see really spectacular staging, and Greece's name keeps cropping up. Now, there was a rumour last year that Stefania was planning to fly over the audience in Rotterdam. So if they've got something equally spectacular, I mean, there is a winged horse in that video, you know. If we're going to see her fly, that would be amazing. Yeah, I think Greece has done a fantastic job. Stefania is a great performer, very confident despite her age. And honestly, I could see Greece being a surprise winner this year. I think there's enough there for the televote and for the jury. So if the televote and jury results are really, really different, I could see somewhere like Greece pulling ahead and sort of surprising everyone. So yeah, well done, Greece.
Thanks, James. Richard, over to you.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's modern, it's contemporary. Watching the video, I thought it started off slightly dark, but by the time, you know, you get to the first chorus, it turns into real disco bop, and you need a good dancey song. Certainly after the year we've had, so that ticks all boxes. yes, it could be an accidental winner, but I'm not quite sure. We'll see.
Thanks, Richard. Right, yeah. I think it's in a slightly easier semi-final. It's in the second one, so that will certainly help its chances. Decent chorus, like everyone said. It's very easy on the ear, yet radio friendly. I fully get that. There's a bit of repetition, but I think they've used it under favour with this. It's there to like hammer home the message, give you that earworm, which is really what you need when you're up against, you know, a load of other songs in a semi-final. My only slight critique was it took me a couple of goes to realise it was called Last Dance and not Let's Dance. Maybe that was just me. I don't normally pick up on mispronunciations like that, but this one, it took me a couple of goes, but that might be just me. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Quite a reasonable thumbs up, I think, from me. So moving on, our next one, we're heading to Romania. Another act who tried to take part last year. You know, the same old story. Was highly tipped last year as well. What can she do this year? It's Roxanne, her song Amnesia. And Bogdan's going to give us his thoughts on this song.
Yeah, it's Roxanne and Amnesia. And how can I not be biased? Because I'm from Romania, in case you didn't know. So it's kind of a bit unfair. But anyway, I love the song, so sue me. It's a modern ballad, but very well constructed and has tiny bits of elements like that gives it a little bit of oomph and a kick, and it changes a little bit the rhythm. It's not on the same tone all the time. I would like a little bit of more oomph at the end, but I don't mind it. It's a good song and it has a message, and I think everyone can connect after such a horrible year that we had, that we forgot to love ourselves. And what a better way to remind us just that we are not amnesic. We can learn to love us again. And yeah, self-love is never gone, like Roxanne says. And I'm just hoping that we will gonna have a good staging, because sometimes Romania gets it right and sometimes it gets really wrong when it comes to staging. And I'm hoping that we're gonna see the connectivity with the camera and really beautiful angles, and the story of the song will be transposed on the stage. So fingers crossed, Romania, I hope you're going to do really well, but give us a really spectacular staging, because we are looking for that. We want that. Yes. So good luck, Romania.
Thanks, Bogdan. James, Romania, discuss.
So Romania's song this year, it's interesting because I noticed it's the kind of entry that keeps cropping up in people's top 10s. Okay, it's not maybe coming in like, you know, with 12 points all the time, but in a lot of people's top 10s, it's sort of coming up 2, 3, 4, and it's coming up a lot. So I get the feeling that Romania could do very well this year. Winning outright, I'm not sure, maybe, but I feel like it's the kind of thing that's going to do better than people expect. I think it's flying under the radar for the moment, but I think it'd be one of the songs we turn around and go, actually, why didn't we see that one coming? Roxanne's a great performer. She performs with conviction. You sort of believe what she's singing. She's got a very unique vocal quality as well, which I think always helps, you know, sounding different to your competitors. And yeah, to echo what Bogdan said, seeing it on stage, Romania have brought some interesting staging ideas over the years. Glitter Cannons in Kiev is still a favourite, and I think at the time I said that I had everything but the kitchen sink in there. So I don't think for Amnesia we sort of need to go that over the top. But I think if we had Roxanne, a couple of the dancers like from the video, that sort of very modern like breakout style of dancing, I think that could do really, really well. Now Romania are in a bit of a tricky semi-final, but I think Roxanne's got enough there that she could pull it off.
That's James. Richard, to you.
I think Roxanne is vocally good, but I expected a bit more emotion from her. So I know that's sort of opposite to what James and Bogdan said. I'm expecting a big stage show, certainly after seeing the official videos. Like James said, dancers, and I can see it being not just 1 or 2. I could see 5 dancers making the rule of 6 on stage. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I just think it's middle of the road for me. So if it qualifies for me, it'd be a borderline qualifier.
Thanks, Richard. Yeah, nothing wrong with it at all. It's nicely dramatic, draws you in. It's in English, which will have its attractions to some people, so they can get the message across to a wider audience. That's all I mean on that one. A lot of people would love to see a Romanian win because they put in the donkey work over the past, well, nearly 30 years. And so it's possible they could be due for a win, and who wouldn't want to spend 2 weeks in Bucharest? But to be fair, though, could I see it as a winner? It's, I think, like James has said, it's maybe not going to get 12s and 10s, but they're not the points to watch for a winner. You're looking at where the 8s, 7s, 6s, and 5s go, and it could quite easily mop up a few of those. Finalist, I think so, even though it's a very, very tough semi-final. Of course, once it's in the final, it's game on, isn't it, really? Sarah, finish off Romania for us.
Oh dear, finish them off. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to call the party a bit here because I really can't take to this song at all. I listened to it and I'm just waiting for it to get going, really, in parts, and to me it just doesn't. Roxanne's, which is a pity because Roxanne's a great singer, there's no doubt about it, but I just feel I want more from it. And what I'm hoping really is that the stage performance is going to turn my opinion around of this, because I'd like to see Romania do well, I really would, and I would like them to win, but I don't think they're going to do it with this one, unfortunately. Sorry.
Thank you. Must point out to our viewers out there that we all write our reviews completely independently, so there's no copying involved. We don't cheat. Anyway, moving on, we now go to North Macedonia and our only gentleman performer tonight, and that'll be Vasil, who again was picked last year, and there was an occasion where he might not have made it this year, but we're glad he's there, and he's going to be singing Here I Stand. So it's over to James to kick off the review for this one.
I just want to start out by saying that I love North Macedonia at Eurovision. I think they've been criminally underrated for years and years, and seeing them top the jury vote in Tel Aviv, I feel was like they'd arrived. I feel like that was sort of the moment we were waiting for. It was a shame that we found out sort of after the televised broadcast, but we won't go into that. So jumping forward to this year, I feel like Here I Stand is sort of trying to appeal to the same juries that ranked Proud so highly. It's got that sort of very dramatic, almost stage show feel to it. Vasil is an incredibly versatile, incredibly talented performer, and he can belt that song out with aplomb, and I think he does that really, really well. Yeah, the one thing I will say is where it feels a bit like a sort of male reply to Proud in some ways. I'm sort of thinking, okay, it would have been nice to see them try and break with tradition a bit. I was a big fan of You last year, a sort of Eurovision tango. I was like, that was really nice as well. So just putting that out there. Yeah, this is one that it feels like it's gone under a lot of people's radars and people sort of wondering about its chances. I think if it does qualify, it'll be down to the juries, because I can see them push it, because it's like a jury winner by numbers. You know, it's got the classical sound in there, very strong vocals. I mean, there's that moment in the music video where he sort of arches his back as he's singing over. I was like, that's got stage show written all over it. Will it have enough appeal for a televote? I'm not sure. That's where I think this could fall down. We would love to see North Macedonia back in the final, and I mean, a North Macedonian win 2 weeks in Skopje, anyone? You know, that would be, everyone's face just lit up when we said that. Yeah, will Here I Stand be the song to do it? I don't know. Part of me feels like it might qualify. I'm not sure what it would do after that, but Vasil's an amazing performer, and of course we wish everyone taking part the very best.
That's James. Richard?
Vasil has strong vocals, we can't argue about that, and he's got such a strong presence. But I find the song a bit Disney-esque. I don't know if anybody else feels that. But the one thing that we know won't happen, but I'd love to happen, is see it performed alongside the live orchestra, because it deserves to be performed alongside a live orchestra, and sadly we won't get that in Rotterdam. I think it'll qualify. Whether it will do as well as Proud, I'm not sure, but yeah, it should do well.
Thanks, Richard. Yeah. First 3 words I've written down here are "what a voice." I think Vasil has got the voice of the contest. He's arguably the best vocalist of the 39 acts. Can't fault him really. Moving on to the song, it's a cracker of a song. I see it as a show song. It's a song that would sit very well in a good, top quality Broadway or Western musical. I'm just not sure whether it's a contest song. Sorry, Vasil. I'm not taking anything away from it. I just think that among the other acts that it's going to be up against on that Tuesday evening, it's not going to be. It's got the chance to be like everyone's 11th favourite song, which is worrying, really. It won't be, but I'd love it to do well. I love it for its show-stopping quality, his powerful voice. It's not got a typical construction that you'd accept, that you get from something that's a bit more schlagery, for example. But I'm really not sure whether it's the right setting for a song as powerful as this. Sarah.
Yeah, I go along with what everybody else has said about the voice. He's got an absolutely fantastic voice. There's no doubt about that at all. And the song itself isn't bad either. In fact, as James has already mentioned, and I agree, the first time I heard it, I almost had that sort of Tamara Tedesco and Proud sort of feeling about it. And I think this song is definitely going to appeal to the juries. I'm not convinced, though, I think it may go the way that Proud did with the public votes. As we all know, sort of Proud won the jury vote, but then, unfortunately, the public vote didn't turn out as well. And I think the same thing could happen with Vasil should he get through to the final. Will he get through to the final? I don't see why not, really. Obviously, it all depends on the performance on the night and the staging. I think he can make it. Yeah.
Thanks, Sarah. Bogdan, over to you.
I echo what everyone else has said, and definitely this song deserves an audience because it's like a Broadway. It's like a song you hear on a show for the audience, and people can connect to a live performance. I'm not sure if it's the right song for Eurovision, but oh my God, what a song! And Vasil is such a great performer, and juries will absolutely love it. Will people at home love it as well? I'm not sure, because usually Macedonia don't attract so many votes from all around Europe and Australia, obviously. But hopefully it will be enough to get him to the finals, because it is a really good song. Initially, I wasn't very keen on it, but it grew so much on me. And when I see someone enjoying performing a song like Vasil does, it makes you, okay, you want to root for him to do well. So fingers crossed, Macedonia.
Thanks, Bogdan. Moving on, obviously staying in the Balkans because that's the theme for this broadcast. We're going to Bulgaria now, and another act that was chosen last year. She sang all the songs in Bulgaria's national final this year, and that's Victoria, and she's back this year with Growing Up is Getting Old. And Richard's going to kick off this one.
When I rewatched the songs earlier, I thought Growing Up is Getting Old sounded very personal to Victoria. Now, I don't know why, but it's the way she portrayed it. The emotion she shows are obvious through both her voice and mannerisms. And it's what we expected after last year when Tears Getting Sober, similar sound. Obviously, fans got to help decide the song this year. So that obviously helped Victoria choose. It will qualify, and Bulgaria out for a win, I think, now. Whether it will compare to what last year's could have achieved, I'm not sure. But we'll see.
Thanks, Richard. Yeah, heard this one. I think she's got a very, very childlike sort of quality, probably to her voice, I think. Nothing wrong with that, and it sort of suits the song quite well. I don't have it as my favourite. I don't have it as my least favourite. I just have it there, sort of middling, and that can either work against it or for it in a contest when only the top 10 songs from any jury or televote score points. And if you finish 11th, you don't score anything. I think what could help this one is they won't get an orchestra in Rotterdam, but if they can really beef up the orchestration, have the makings of an orchestra on stage, a 5-piece quartet or something like that, and really beef it up, because it lends itself well to an orchestra. They can do that, then that might squeeze out the extra votes it needs to make it to the final. Unfortunately, at the moment, I think I only have it borderline, but I'm quite happy to be proven wrong. Sarah, what's your take?
I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. It's a very, very pleasant little song, and I think there's certainly the message behind it. Growing up is getting old. It's very childlike voice, very, very quiet. I think you've got to like that type of music to be able to really enjoy a song like this. I think the staging is going to play a large part in this, and I think this one definitely would have been one that would have benefited from an orchestra. I agree with you there, John. Unfortunately, she's not going to get that in Rotterdam, but I think the staging is going to be make or break with this one, whether she gets through to the final or not.
Thanks, Sarah. Over to you, Bogdan.
Yeah, I kind of struggle with this song, to be honest. I don't dislike it, but I don't love it. I see it more like, I know it's gonna sound weird, but like a Winter Wonderland song. Like it's like in a fairy tale from the winter. You would expect to hear this song, not in full summer, which is like almost summer. It's dreamy, it's lovely, it's sweet, innocent, and trying to convey emotion. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's all good. It just doesn't wow me anywhere. And I'm hoping that on the stage I'm gonna see something then, or I'm gonna connect more to it. At the moment, it's somewhere like you all, like John and Sarah said, somewhere in the middle for me. And again, I don't know why for me it's like this should be like a winter song, not like more towards the summer. I don't know why I have this feeling.
Thanks, Bogdan. Last but not least, James.
I want to echo what Richard said. Bulgaria are definitely gunning for a win, and I feel like sort of with the songs that have got them near the top of the scoreboard, they're thinking, okay, we'll send something sort of pop but sort of kind of ballady, and with Tears Getting Sober, I felt like that was what they were really pushing for there. Growing Up is Getting Old, I think, is a beautiful piece of music and a performance art. The lyrics are really heartfelt. She conveys emotion really well. I can see it going either way. I can see the jury's going completely wild over it, and it's sailing through to the final. But I can also see it being sort of too calm and too subtle to sort of miss out completely, and I'm not sure which way that's going to go. Bulgaria are gunning for that win. I'm not sure this song is going to have broad enough appeal to do that. I think, especially after a year that's been quite difficult, we need something a bit more uplifting. And even though it's beautiful, and there is a sort of tragic poetry to what she's singing, and I really do like the lyrics. She says growing up is getting old, and then she swaps it over. I think that's actually really clever. As a piece of songwriting, it's brilliant. As a contest song, when we're all sort of feeling a bit fragile, we sort of need boosting up. I'm not sure how this is going to go. It's funny, it's the kind of song I can see coming in the top 5 and the bottom 5. It's like that.
James. Right, okay, our final song tonight is the Albanian song, and this is the only person who's actually using a surname in their name tonight. Yeah, it's Angela Peristeri, and she had to go through a national final as well, sort of what seems like 3 years ago, but it was only in December. Not picked last year. Her song is called Karma, and I'm going to lead off on this one. So, first of all, I'm happy that they're singing in Albanian, much as I understand why people pick English because it's got wider appeal. I have to admire them for sticking to Albanian, just to be different. It might make it stand out. So the song, dramatic woman, dramatic ballad, dramatic effect. Could only be Albania. It's Albania by numbers. I'll give them that. I think she might be remembered as much for a massive mop of hair as she is for the song as well. You wonder where I was going with that, didn't you?
Did cross my mind.
Maybe she's gonna have a massive dress on the stage as well. You don't know.
She could have a massive dress. It was that white one that she wore in the video. That would really set this whole thing off. What do I think? It's like some of the other songs that we're reviewing in this review. It's not a winner to me, but it's not a last place either. It might get through the second semi-final. I can see it getting through maybe in sixth, somewhere between 6th to 10th. I can also see it missing out and coming like 11th or 12th. I really can. Lots of different reasons for this and against it. I'm afraid I don't see it as a winner though, if it were to make the final. But fair play to them for sticking to Albania. That's the main thing I can take from this, and I wish them well. Sarah.
Well, first of all credit to them for keeping the song in Albanian, and I will always give credit to any country that sings in their own language. But the song itself is very, very Albanian, very ethnic. Beautiful girls, sort of big hair, sort of lovely sort of blash dress. Yeah, it's certainly it's got all the sorts of the hallmarkings of putting in a good performance, but has it got the appeal around to get the votes around Europe? I'm not that sure, really. I think we've got so many strong performances this year. This one might just struggle to stand out as much, which is a shame, really, because I like to see Albania qualify. But with this, I think we're going to be borderline. It'll only just scrape over into the top 10 if it does.
Sarah, Bogdan, Albania, what are your views?
I want Albania to qualify. Let's be honest. Will it qualify? I'm not sure. I am glad that they revamped the song, because the first version I wasn't very keen on, and especially those dancers. No. And yeah, the second version, the revamp and everything, is so much better. She has a powerful voice. She looks beautiful, and the song gets there, like it grows, it has intensity. I know she can belt those notes. Like Sarah said, I'm afraid that it might not be enough for the public around the world to vote for it. I want Albania to do well, but I'm not sure. Borderline qualifier, fingers crossed.
Thanks, Bogdan. James, over to you.
This is where I'm going to really shake things up and say that Albania is a dead cert qualifier to me. This is. Going back to Festival Kungas, yes, the first time I heard the song, I wasn't overly impressed. I remember sort of watching it on stage, seeing the people with the gold swimming hats on, and I thought this is a complete and utter car crash. And when it qualified, when it won, I was like, oh, okay, well, there are going to be 40 songs we thought at that point. There are going to be another 39 songs, it doesn't matter. When they revamped it, I was like, okay, this is good. This is a revamp that actually adds something to it. They ramped up the ethnic Albanian elements of it. Angela's got an incredible voice, which she just belts out. And I know that Sasha Jean-Baptiste is on board to choreograph the Albanian entry for Rotterdam. So I think all those things combined, her vocals, the fact it's in Albanian will help it stand out, the fact it's got that traditional element. And I think, Sasha usually knows what she's doing. So I can see Albania doing very well, actually. Winning overall, I think that'd be very, very ambitious. I think, a lot of other things would need to fall flat on their face for that to happen. It would sort of need to be quite chaotic with voting. But, who knows? This is the Eurovision coming back. Maybe we are going to be really surprised with what comes up the scoreboard.
Thanks, James. And last to review Albania is Richard.
Yep. I'd like to echo everybody else said. I'm glad it stayed in Albanian, because sometimes in previous years when they've translated it into English, it hasn't quite worked. Since the revamp, I think it's more dramatic, and I certainly get the ethnic vibes from it, like other songs that were spoken about in previous shows, like Russia, for instance. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I find it middle of the road. I'd like to see it qualify because Albania is one of the newer participating countries and they deserve to do well. But I do say borderline for me.
That's Richard. And that's our review of those 5 songs from the Balkans. Now, as you will have seen from our previous panel reviews, we're now going to score them. We're each going to give each song a score out of 10. So a maximum of 50, a minimum of 0. Hopefully nothing will get 0 tonight. Maybe something will get 50. We'll put these with the rest of the scores, and then we'll have a Eurovision Island winner at the end of our 7th review, which is coming soon. So we're going to start with Greece. Sarah, what's your score?
8.
8 for Greece. And Bogdan?
Guess what? 10. My first 10 ever
10.
in this series.
10. Wow, well done. James?
I'm going to give it a 10 as well.
10. Richard?
A respectable 7.
7. And I'm going to give it an 8 as well. That gives Greece a score of 43. Right, Romania next. Bogdan, what's your score for Romania?
8.
8. James?
I'm going to give it an 8 as well.
8. Richard?
A 6.
6. I'm going to give it a 6. And Sarah?
5.
5. That's a score of 33 for Romania. North Macedonia next. James?
Essel, you're an amazing performer, and I'm going to give you a 7.
7 from James. Richard?
8.
8. I'm going to give it a 7 as well. And Sarah?
7.
7. And Bogdan?
7.
7. That's a score of 36. 36 for North Macedonia. Quite a respectable score, I think that is. Round. Okay, next, Bulgaria. Richard?
8.
8 for Bulgaria. I'm going to give it a 6. Sarah?
5.
5 for Bulgaria. Bogdan?
6.
6. And James?
I'm promising I'm not copying Bogdan, but I'm going to give it a 6 as well.
6. For Bulgaria, that's a score of 31. It's close. It's close this review. Finally, Albania. And I'm going to start off and I'm going to give Albania a 6. Sarah, what's your score for Albania?
I think I'm going to go for a 6 as well.
6. Bogdan?
Not to be unlucky, but 6 as well.
6. James?
I'm going to give Albania 7.
7. And Richard?
I'm giving it a 6 as well.
And a 6. That's a score of 31. So tonight, so after this review, in equal 4th place on 31, we have Albania and Bulgaria. In 3rd place on 33 is Romania. In 2nd place on 36 is North Macedonia. So our winner from our Balkan review on a score of 43 is Greece. Now you'll have to see how this all fits in with the other songs that we've already scored. 43 is not a bad score though, and it could be up there with the leaders. Now we've got one more review to do, another 6 nations. Now, if you've been paying attention, you should be able to narrow down which 6 nations are left, and they'll be in our 7th and final review. So all that remains now is for us to sign off. So from Sarah,
Bye, everyone.
from Bogdan,
Bye, everyone. Stay safe.
from James,
Hi, everyone. Take care.
from Richard,
See you soon.
and from me and Staggy. Goodbye. See you next time.